Hey guys, and welcome to game number 23 out of 100 of my Human vs. AI series, where I'll be taking on the AI-powered Scrabble BestBot in a 100-game match. We're currently at 8 wins, 14 losses, so still a bit of work to do to get back to even in this series, but I'm hoping, especially with my lucky Woogles hoodie that I'm wearing today, we can get a win in game 23. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. It looks like I'm going to be first, and that's a lot of consonants. We have no vowels, and... well, I probably want to trade here. I could play this for 16. It's actually interesting because it could potentially make BestBot's life really difficult, right? Especially if the bot also has a lot of consonants. It's extremely difficult to overlap for a lot of points. So, I mean, I don't love keeping RRSS, obviously. It's still way too consonant heavy, and the duplicate R's are clunky. That being said, it's still 16 points, and it is attractive just for how difficult it could potentially make the bot's position on the next turn. And I guess there's 3 different places I could play PHT if I do elect to go that route. So yeah, I think it's either that. There's also PST, but that's clearly worse. SH is terrible. Yeah, I think it's either PHT or trade, right? I don't think there's any other viable options here. So if I traded, I'd probably keep... I don't know, STR maybe? ST, SR, any of those are probably reasonable. Even like SPR is also not crazy. So these are all very much playable. Like I said, the nice thing about PHT is, especially if I'm floating a T, if I can draw 2 vowels, I often will still bingo. And it really does restrict the bot's options quite nicely. I'm not really sure where I should play it though. Like, does it really matter too much? I guess the T probably goes the best with my other tiles, so maybe I'll play it here? I don't know. To try to hit something with the T to the triple next turn? Maybe the P, actually, because PR goes pretty well. Yeah, I think I like this, because the T is also easiest for the bot to hit. I think I'm going to play it here. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. I don't want to spend too much time debating the different options, so I'm going to play here. Alright, so I draw... what did I draw? AAK. So... I did get 2 vowels, but yeah, a lot of duplicates here. I think I should be in good shape, though, after this turn. I can play Arc or something like that and clean up the duplicates, or even Arcs. Alright, so the bot plays Goo. Scoring 17 points. Doesn't really give me much to work with. So what do I want to do here? Could play... I mean, this isn't actually terrible, because it also takes... well, actually, I was going to say it's takes an S. It also takes an O, though. And especially after play like a Goo, there's a reasonable chance that the bot has another O. So, not sure I really want to do that. Maybe here is a little bit safer. It's actually the same score, and it doesn't give back an O-hook on a possible double-double line. So this is probably more prudent, given the O-hook, if I do play Cause. I'd obviously love to get rid of an R, but I just don't know how I can really do that. I mean, this is not worth it. Like, the K is kind of clunky, too. I'd like to try to bingo. And I just don't really see... PHT does not take an S. Anywhere for me to play, like, Sark. I mean, I don't think I want to do that. It's 9 fewer points. It just doesn't seem worth it. And this really does not give the bot much to work with at all. So, I think I like this. I'm going to go ahead and do it, I think. Alright, we get a 3rd R, which is not great at all. Have dry and then 2 more R's. So we'll see what the bot wants to do on its next turn. But I have pretty limited options. Alright, XI. Probably just dry over here. I mean, I'd love to get rid of 2 R's, obviously, but I don't really know how to do that. I also put an R here, but there's not really much to do. At least dry. It also sets up my S for kids and continues to really just give the bot very little to work with, which isn't bad considering I do have the S. And if the bot plays from this R, then I have, as long as I don't get another R, if I can get 1 or 2 more vowels, I have a pretty good lead and I can hopefully bingo. I guess I could play Drays, but I'd rather do this and hold the S for kids. I think this is fine. Huh. Yeah, definitely could... no E's have been played yet, interestingly. So, It's been a little bit of a struggle to get a good bingo rack. But yeah, this is definitely turning into a bit of a game of chicken. Like, nobody really wants to open the board. And, alright, the bot does a little bit with Etui. So there's our first E of the game. I don't really have much I can do to take advantage. I have to decide, do I want to play Marl and be aggressive? Because that takes an S. It also takes a Y. There's only one Y left. I'm not too worried about the Y. It also seems extremely improbable that the bot would keep a Y with Etui. Just, I don't know. I would think with Etui it probably had mostly one-pointers. I feel like it would have found a way to play off the Y. So this isn't bad. I mean, IRS is obviously a really good leave, especially with all those E's unseen. It's aggressive, but I think it's not unreasonable. I have no reason to necessarily believe the bot does have an S. I mean, it might, but I don't think it's necessarily more likely than average to. And, I mean, my more conservative options aren't that exciting. Like, I guess I could play Rim. I mean, this isn't bad either, right? Because still holds ALRS, which if I can draw an E especially has good bingo potential. YER does not take an S, but Kid, of course, does, and so does Etui. So this isn't bad either. It's a bit more cautious, but it still keeps a nice leave as well as the S. So it's kind of a question of how aggressive do I want to be. And maybe I don't really need to be overly aggressive at this point. Not really sure. It does have a lot of upside, though. And one thing I do like about Rim is it takes away this YE overlap spot for, say, the Z or also Ws or tiles like that. So maybe Rim is a little bit better. It does allow plays hooking over here to score a decent number of points. So it's a tough call. Marl definitely has a lot of upside with the S. It's extremely aggressive. And IRS is probably, well, I don't know. ALRS is probably slightly more bingo prone than IRS just because it's a bit more well developed. Scores a couple more points. Yeah, it's a tough call. It's like, how aggressive do I want to be with this rack? It's just hard to know how good a rack the bot is sitting on right now. And yeah, the board is going to be open for a very long time if I play this. Whereas after Rim, it has some more potential to probably get closed. I feel like this is a little too aggressive. I think I'm going to go with Rim, given I still have the S. I'm still in a good position after this, right? Like, I have kids and Etuis. If I can draw a bingo, I'm going to get it down. I don't think I need to be overly aggressive and risk a big comeback play by the bot. Like, at a different score, I think I'd do it, but here I'd rather probably just be a little bit more cautious. So, let's do that. Okay, so I get a blank. I should have something here. Have Narwhals with a blank N. Salwars with a blank S. And I believe Shalwar is also good. I think it can be spelled Salwar or Shalwar. So I should be bingoing here. Do I have anything that would double the... Oh, wow. Broom for 18. Very aggressive play. So I have to assume now the bot has an S. So probably Rim was a good decision. I mean, I can't imagine it would play Broom without an S, right? That seems crazy. So obviously now I'm going to bingo with Brooms. The question is with what? So I see Narwhals, Salwars, anything else? Maybe not. It's not that easy with the W and the two A's. I don't see anything. Oh, a Sprawl. But it doesn't fit, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. So this looks fine, I guess. I don't think it really actually matters for this versus Salwars, because you can put any vowel in front of either an N or an S. So like, it actually, I don't think legitimately really matters. I'll go ahead and play this. Alright, that is a dreadful draw. Ah! Well, either way, it was going to get that. So, can't feel too bad, because Salwars would have still given up ZA. I didn't really have much of a choice there, I don't think. I mean, I had to bingo there, and I'm pretty sure those were my only two bingos. And I probably want to trade here, because, like, what are my options if I don't trade? I mean, Obaya for 8 is disgusting, keeping AALO. Yeah, I just don't have any options here. So, trade, but what do I trade? If I keep AL, is that worth it? I mean, does that really even do much on this board? Like, I'm a little scared. There's so many E's left. I don't want to get, like, a ton of E's. I don't think I want to trade 7. I mean, there is still a blank and 2 S's. Maybe I should. Should I just trade 7 and kind of go all in on getting some of those tiles? There's not... I mean, I do also... They have this L for the till spot, which, I mean, it's probably not that useful, really. Like, what am I going to do there? Yeah, I don't think that's particularly useful. I guess the A is kind of nice for overlapping ag, though, I think. And AL is just good balance and ensures I won't have a dreadful rack. I think with these kind of plays, it's nice to at least keep, if you have 2 good tiles like that, some semblance of balance to ensure you don't have a horrible draw and have to exchange again. I mean, yeah, sure, I could draw 5 easier, but it still reduces my chances of having a nightmare rack if I trade 5 as opposed to trading 7. So I'm going to do that. Let's trade 5. All right, and I drew Oleates, so that worked out. Oleates will play with kids or etuis, or ooze, I guess, for that matter. I guess all of them are pretty risky, so I'll probably just play it with kids. Wow, untune. Wait, so the bot didn't have an S. I mean, it could have obviously just played untuned. So it played Broom without holding an S? Wow. That's shocking to me. So did it, like, not have anything it could have played with Brim? I don't understand that play at all of Broom. We're going to want to look at that. Like, it played Broom like that without holding an S. That's, I mean, to me that seems insane, but like I said, we'll look later. Alright, Oleates. I think I have to just play it with kids, right? I mean, it doesn't play anywhere else, and a bingo is a bingo, no matter how risky. So, we do it, and hopefully it can't triple through that O. Okay. Pretty good draw. No 7s. Plenty of 8s, but I don't think with anything I have available. R would give me Idolator and Tailored, Endolation, probably several other 8s as well. Pedaloid with a P, Violated Dovetail with a V, but it's going to depend on what the bot gives us. Alright, Foveal. So we have a lead, not a huge lead, about 50 points. Still plenty of danger lurking. There's a blank, an S, some E's. There's also J and a Q, so far from in a dominant position here. And yeah, I guess I'd probably like to use this. Oh, it's not that easy for me to do with this rack. What do I want to play? Maybe? I don't think I want to play Oil, do I? Seems pretty risky. Maybe it's not that risky, though. Because he needs a 6 to score a ton of points over there. I don't actually think it's that crazy. I mean, it's hard for me to completely shut down the board anyway. I mean, like, what's he gonna do up there? He doesn't have much that would go before the EF, I don't think. Like, I don't think it's actually that dangerous a spot. I know it looks scary, but I don't actually think it's that bad. It's not that easy for him to get a 6 there and score a ton of points. And I have a pretty good lead with AT. Takes some hooks. Again, like, with all these scoring tiles, I'm not up enough to start playing Paranoid defense anyway. Like, I don't think it's aggressive. I don't think this is, like, super reckless, though. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Alright. Not a terrible draw, I guess. I got an S. I got the last S. That is actually good. Don't think I'm going to have a bingo here. So what do I want to do on my next turn? A lot's obviously going to depend on what the bot does. I may want to just play something with Coiled over there and try to block and score a little bit next turn. Canty is a word, so I could do that. Honestly, I don't hate keeping the U. I mean, it's the last U at least. Okay, so Preemie by the bot. I don't have like a bingo. Sanctuary almost fits, but not quite. I need another A for that. I don't think I have any bingos there. Do I have any 6s that would be worth playing? I mean, I'm not going to play Uncast. It's the last S. It is pretty valuable. If I had something with the Y, it could maybe be worth it, potentially, but I don't think... I guess Scanty is an option. Oh, how about... Oh. Well, if there wasn't a blank unseen, this would actually be, like, an insanely good play. That's funny. I mean, yeah, this is, like, a devastating play for the bot. There's no blank left. I mean, I don't think I can risk it with a blank left. But this would be a really cool idea. Obviously, setting up my S for a massive play next turn. And, like, with a C there, it's really hard for him to block. He could play from the C and sort of block, but it's still tough. Dang, yeah, if there wasn't a blank unseen. But there is, and I think I have to respect that. But I still could consider playing Scanty. So that's 41. Puts me up 88, so I'm kind of trying to just outrun at that point. It's not a bad idea. If I play with Coiled, I don't think I have anything that's particularly good on top. So I play with Coiled and Canty. Oh, how about Canty here, actually? Oh, yeah, this is still nice, because that still sets up my S. And it's a type of setup where it's not like he's going to use his blank for it, right? I mean, it's not like he's going to bingo there or score a massive amount, but I could still get big plays there next turn. Yeah, this is the play for sure, I think, because, yeah, this is a good setup for me, and I can hopefully score 40 there and really start outrunning. This is nice and defensive, too. Blocks a lot of 7s. Yeah, I like this play a lot. Not a great draw there, but, I mean, I don't even know what I actually have with Scanty at the moment, but, again, I don't have to do anything there right now. I'm hoping I get a D for Guaduc. Ah, okay, QI. I have the last U now, interesting. So like, the U and the S are actually both good tiles, because I can hit a big Q play and a big S play. So if I want to probably just try to play, like, Wig somewhere here, if I have a good spot to. Even EW might not be insane. I mean, scores a lot of points. Oh, I have to watch my time. I'm getting a little bit low. I've been thinking a lot on some of these turns. I don't know what I really have through this N. I mean, I want to just play, like, Wing. That also takes an A for all Wing. Wing down here. Honestly, I don't think EW is, like, that bad a play. The S is really good. The Q is good for QU plays, if I can hit that. Like, it should put me in pretty good position to keep scoring well if I get one or two good tiles and then just really start to run away with the game. I think it's a reasonable strategy. It also blocks, there is a J spot there. He could have Hajj for a lot. I do want to block that. So yeah, I mean, I don't really like this leave, but it does have decent potential on this board, and it scores well, and it takes away that spot. So I think I'm going to play it. Oh, that's a great draw. Do I have a bingo? Probably not. I mean, worst case, I Chugs. I could play Chugs, I can play Quinn. I've got a bunch of options here. Crushing doesn't fit. Rushings. Shootings? No, that's no good. Yeah, I mean, Chugs is like 50, right? Yeah, it is exactly 50. Okay. So I have Chugs for 50. I could play Quinn, but then I could run into some constant issues. So, yeah, I mean, if I play Chugs, I'd probably just take a big enough lead that I can outrun most bingos it can have. But let's see what it plays. So I'm up 83 now. I guess we'll see if it scores a lot. Well, now I just have Chousing, so that should just be GG. Yeah, Hokusing, Chousing. Yeah, Shootings is, I'm almost positive not good. That would be a triple treble, but yeah. So this, I mean, I don't think there's any reason to balk at this. It doesn't even empty the bag, so it's not like I have to worry about an out bingo. It blocks everything. Oh, I even got the blank. Okay. Well, this is turning into a pretty low-stress win, which I'm not going to complain about. I was definitely due for one of those. Yeah, bot plays Joe, and yeah, we have nothing to worry about here, guys. There's one Val unseen. The pool is garbage. There's nowhere to bingo. We're up 100, so... Alright, let's see what I can do here for spread. I don't think I can, like... I guess I could try to, like, fish for an out bingo. Like, Beefalo or something, but he should be able to block that pretty easily. I don't really think that accomplishes all that much. So, I guess I could just play, like, Leaf. I'm probably not going to be able to go out in 2 next turn, or out next turn. If I can go out in 2, that's probably ideal, but I do have a lot of vowels, so it may not be that easy to do. I guess there's also, like, Olia keeping the F, but the F might make it tough for me to go out as well. So, yeah, I don't really see... It's not that easy for me to play off 5 or especially 6 tiles on this board. Oh, actually, how about Oaf? Yeah, how about just Oaf? I mean, I probably with the blank, I can maybe go out or at least score pretty well. I think this is fine. I can draw like quad or big plays here. Yeah, let's just play Oaf. Oh, I got the D. Okay, so yeah, I'm threatening quad. Am I threatening to go out? I mean, I have many... Oh, yeah, I've eased. Over there. And, alright, it's just going to let me go out. But should I even go out, or should I play quad? I probably should play quad, right? I don't think it's going out with BNR. Sometimes... Oh, I have eased here, though. That's a lot. Yeah, well... Let's see. Like, I have 3 minutes. Let's try to figure this out. So, 27 if I go out immediately. Plus 10. That means I get a 37 net. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the idea with quad is... He can't go out after that. He actually can't block... Well, he can block quad with Pern, so I'd have to play it now. So 39... I mean, yeah, he's going to be able to play his B off, right? Somewhere. I mean, he'd probably play Arb, I guess. Yeah, I think Arb probably for the bot would be next. So, alright, so 39, he gets 10 for Arb. That's plus 29. And what am I getting for EE? I for 8? So that's 37, 39. This actually nets me 2 more spread points if my math is right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I missed anything for him, right? Like, what's he going to do other than Arb? I don't think anything. Yeah, it's very weird not to just go out, especially when I have such a nice outplay, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, this gets me... Oh, I even have G for more, actually, just GEE. Yeah, this definitely nets me more. So yeah, sometimes when your opponent has a bad rack, it's actually better to be patient and not go out. Like, generally speaking, in endgames, you want to go out as soon as possible to deprive your opponent a chance of playing tiles and just to get more points from their rack. But if you have a really high-scoring play that doesn't go out and they can't go out, sometimes, like I say, there are general guiding principles in Scrabble, but most of them, if not all of them, have exceptions, and this is one example of that. So, quad it is, and I think Arb is probably... Oh my goodness! Whoa! I definitely didn't see that. Wow, look at that out. Wow. I mean, thankfully it didn't cost me the game. But that definitely cost me some spread. Holy cow, I did not see that at all. Wow. B between Ur and A to make Yerba. R between Ti and L to make Turl. That's wild. What an outplay. It's amazing. Alright, well at least I still won by a lot. 473-57. Until then, I think I played pretty well. Let's see. Yeah, this turn was weird. I mean, maybe I should have traded. But I felt like, again, it's still 16 points, and it just makes the bot's life really difficult, any of these placements. I think it worked out okay. Oh. I didn't see this, unfortunately. That's probably better. I mean, it does open a bit up. And this is very defensive, so... Yeah, it does score more, and it gets rid of my second R, though. Like, I obviously don't love putting that A out there in the double-double line and also for overlaps. But it's 4 more points, and it's a better leave, so it's probably worth it. I mean, this is still fine. Like, it's still a good leave, and it makes the bot's life extremely difficult, as we saw for the next couple of turns. So I think I still take a lead. Playing defensively here with a pretty good rack still is not a bad strategy. I probably would have played a rocks if I saw it. I definitely should have seen it. I saw the word on my rack. I just didn't come up with that spot for some reason. But I don't think this is actually that much worse. It has a lot of strategical merit. Here... yeah, I guess I could play dry over there, but honestly, again, I think I saw it, but I just didn't really consider it, because I really love what this does positionally. It just makes the board so S-dependent because of this kid spot, and I have an S, so it's so good for my rack, and it just completely limits his options. If I play dry over here, yeah, I get 2 more points, but whether he has an S or not, this is a prime line here now next to XI, right? He just needs an I or a U to overlap that X. And even if he doesn't bingo, he's going to easily be able to get rid of some tiles, score a bunch of points. So this dry is way, way better positionally. I think that's a better play. Yeah, I think I saw the other dry. I didn't even realize it was 2 more points. I just sort of dismissed it because this is so strong positionally. An interesting decision here by the bot, not playing Za and playing Etui over here. So clearly a Z setup, which I actually kind of sniffed out a little bit. I was worried about that Z spot when I played Rim. So that turned out to be a very smart decision, playing Rim instead of Marl. Right, I thought about this for a while, setting up my S, but I decided it's a little bit too aggressive. This is still good for me positionally. The board is very S dependent. And then Broom. So it's set up as Z with Tiz. Wow. Look at this play. Is that really worth it? I don't know. It's so likely to get blocked. Like, even if I don't hook Brooms, just to play something there, right? Maybe not. I mean, I guess there aren't too many tiles that go after TI. Wow, what a play by the bot. I couldn't believe it didn't have an S, but I guess this is why. Like, it didn't want to just play Tiz? I mean, this looks pretty strong, too. It's a nice leave. Wow. What a crazy play of Broom. I guess they're just... If I don't have an S, I guess there just aren't a ton of tiles that go after TI. Like, there's a P... and, like, the C's, but CE is kind of tough to start with. And there's just... I mean, there's 1-point tiles, but... I guess it just felt there was, like, the upside is so high, right? Like, at the minimum, it's going to have Zen. It's often, if it draws an I, it's going to have Z in, and that's going to be, like, 100. I guess the upside is just so high that, like, yeah, it gets blocked enough, or a bunch of the time, but it doesn't get blocked enough that it's worth it. That's an incredible play. Wow. Alright, so yeah, Narwhals and Cellwars are the only bingos here, and I do give it still a spot for ZA. I think I have to trade here, yeah. Boyle, I guess I could play, but no way. Bot plays Untune, Oleates. Interesting. Foveal over Flavor. I guess it wants to keep things a bit more open, which makes sense given it's still at a deficit. Yeah, this play here, wasn't really sure. Oh, I guess I could have played Dooley for 3 less. Maybe I should have done that. Yeah, it's 3 less points, but it does keep things a little bit safer between not giving back hooks over here and the top row, so... Yeah, maybe a little bit better. Oil does... Well, it sort of partially blocks, but also partially opens row 4, because it stops bingos there at the end in, like, ED or something. But it does allow bingos now ending in an S or a T because of Fs or F'd. So, yeah, probably a little too aggressive here. I probably should have played Dooley for... It's only 3 fewer points. So at this score, probably would have been a little bit more prudent. But this worked out pretty well. Here, I don't think I saw Koyao over here, but I really like my play, like I said. I mean... I don't mind the U. There's no more U's left. There's even a Q, so it provides me good insurance there. I'm pretty likely to get a big play with Scanty next turn. It's very defensive. It blocks tons of 7s and scoring plays. I think this is a really good play. And yeah, QI here. I guess I could play Wig. Yeah, that's maybe better. It does at least... It still takes out that J spot I was worried about. That being said, I don't think this is terrible. I mean, I scored 12 more points, which is a lot. I still keep the U, and if I... just get 1 decent tile, I should have a good play up here. So, yeah, maybe Wig. I mean, the G is pretty clunky. Don't get me wrong. So, I don't know. I think maybe I would have played Wig if I considered it, but I don't mind my play. Plays Towing, and, oh, wow, that's an interesting play. So, it didn't want to just take the points. I guess it feels like it's down 83. Yeah, and this board is... that's what I loved about Canty so much. Like, the board is just so bad after Canty for bingoing. Like, after Goer, where's the bot bingoing? I can just play parallel to this N over here. I block those lines. I block the R and Preemie. And, I mean, it's like GG. There's just nowhere to even bingo or come back. And it's hard to imagine making back, like, a 70-point lead on this board without bingoing. So I guess that's why the bot felt it needed to open it up. Of course, I managed to bingo. And at this point, it's completely over. Yeah, I should have gone out with eased, and I would have, but I was just completely oblivious to this amazing owl play that the bot had, and also Reb, I guess, for that matter. I just, I had seen Till earlier in that spot, but I forgot about that spot, and yeah, what an outplay. So, Probably like 30 spread points blown by me in the end game, right? But thankfully it didn't affect the outcome. Just lost a little spread, but still a nice win. Overall, pretty happy with how I played. Maybe a couple small mistakes early on, like Kaz instead of Arax was definitely questionable. Oil that probably should have been Dooley. So a few minor errors, and of course the end game was. I mean, I should still see that. Obviously, that outplay. It's very hard to see, but I should have still seen it. But at least, like I said, didn't cost me the game. So. All right, glad to pull this one out without too much stress. We now improved to 9-14, so we're getting closer to evening it up. Hopefully, we can keep it going, and hopefully, we'll get another good game in game number 24. I think I'll have to keep wearing my lucky Woogles hoodie until I lose the game. So expect to see me back in the Woogles hoodie once again for game number 24. All right, guys. Thanks as always for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.